being a content creator for YouTube or other social media outlets, there's a really steep learning curve, and I've been through it all. And the main thing is that you don't know what you need. And then when you figure out what you need, you don't want to pull the trigger. And then when you pull the trigger, you get it and you realize it's the wrong thing, and now you're stuck with something that you didn't want and you still don't have the thing you needed. I want to give you guys some of the information that I've learned, things that you can do to save money and things that you do not want to skimp on. So I'm going to go over all kinds of different things in a creator series. And so this one in particular, it was inspired a couple weeks ago. I was at Walmart and I found this particular thing that in my mind sparked an idea, and that's what you're about to see right now. Yeah, I appreciate you being here and I respect your time. So no waste here. We're just going to go ahead and get right into it. Thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you next time. So I cannot even believe this. So I just came out of Walmart and I haven't even left yet. I'm still in the parking lot, but I just felt like I needed to give some sort of real-time reaction to this thing. I just came across this in Walmart. Maybe you guys are hip to this type of thing and you know all about it. I almost fell over when I saw this thing. I immediately knew what it was. Rail system. It's a plastic rail system. And they had all of these parts that were all sold as separate entities. So not like the alien kind of entities, but so these are just gonna, with this little spring, there we go. Look at that. I'm thinking hang this from the ceiling, drill holes like this, because you can see the spring. There's a space right in there that if you drilled a hole, that should still slide right over the top. I am excited about this, guys. The amount of different adapters was like 5 or 6 or 7. It's made more for wall mounting, but there's no reason why this won't work. Upside down, this is gonna be a great camera slide. I mean, with the Manfrotto magic arms that I have, they can attach to this thing and just kind of sit, and I can slide them back and forth. And then you've got, you know, these rails that you can add them on. And let me tell you, the best thing about all of this, $4.84 US. For the slide, $4.84. For each part, $4, whatever it is, 80 something cents. So a couple of those, a couple slides, I can think of a million uses for this. I mean, this could be a mechanical camera slider, but the price, wow, my mind is just spinning right now with possibilities, so I'm excited. So after picking up these track system type things at Walmart, they've just been kind of sitting over here. And as I'm preparing for Mod Boss episode number 3, I'm realizing that I can use these things this week to my advantage by having one single overhead camera that can hopefully capture what I'm trying to do with 2. This is the track system in all its glory. I've already just now drilled these holes. What I'm doing is I'm going to locate this thing up there. So this is my streaming rig, and I want to put this track up here so that I can have it straight overhead pointing down, or for tutorials, or I can slide it back and get more of a front on perspective. I do have 4 holes drilled there, 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 and there. And I used a very small drill bit to get the first hole drilled, just big enough for the screw to fit down through it. And the screw just barely goes in there, which is what I wanted. And then I used this bigger drill bit just to get around the very beginning of the hole, you can see that little ridge in there. That's because this screw head has this tapered edge and it wasn't sitting flat. So I drilled it hoping that it would sit flat. I guess I could go down a little bit more, but I don't really need to. I think it's gonna be okay. So yeah, now I'm just going to put this up on the ceiling, this whole thing up on the ceiling, and make marks where I'm going to drill into the sheetrock. And then we've got these things to put into the sheetrock, which the screws will screw into and hold it in place. I definitely don't want to get any dust or any kind of dirt or anything on any of this equipment.
We're gonna cover it really good.
Those little things matter, to me anyway. So I'm just gonna make some marks. I don't know if I'll be able to see these. Talking about holding a GoPro. So if it needs to get any beefier than that, then I can undo it. But that's pretty strong. And I got stuff to do, so I can't, honestly, I can't keep messing around with this, so I'm just gonna get on with it. Oh, and I even installed it the wrong way. I wanted it to face the other way, but I guess all in all it doesn't matter. Now you can see what we're doing here. So my sitting position is right here, and then I can slide this right over the top. Put the GoPro on it, facing down. So that's what we're doing next. So the way I ended up doing it didn't take long at all. I did a lot of extra stuff that took me a bunch of time, and then I ended up just doing it a different way, which was much easier, but not as proper. Leave it. All right. That looks pretty good. Now I'm just going to test it and see what we got. I'm going to use this to manage the cables. Of course, I'm adding weight, so that's also something I got to be aware of. I'm going to secure this, and then I'm going to show you what we got for our shot. Let's see without it. Yeah. So this cable runs down here and then down under the back. And then it's right down over the top here. And then you can see what we got for a shot, and that's zoomed in, I think 300%. So as a content creator, I do try to find cheap alternatives to really expensive options, and for $12 I've got an overhead slide for 2 cameras or 1, and you know what, I think it turned out okay. If you have any suggestions or any links to other videos that you think might be helpful to people, please put it in the comments. And as always, be yourself and stay creative. Later, people.